I can't tell you how many times people have talked about how bad lossy compression sounds on audio files, right? You have a WAV file, it's uncompressed, full quality sound, and then you go to MP3 or AAC or some other format where there's some lossy conversion of the audio. But no one ever showed what that is. You know, people describe it like, oh, it's less highs, less this, it sounds worse. What does that mean? And so in this video today, I wanted to show you what the actual sonic differences are when you convert from a WAV file to something that maybe you'd hear on a streaming service like Spotify, and also what it sounds like when it's transcoded to Apple's compressed formats like AAC. And I think what you're going to see is that what you had envisioned the quality difference to sound like isn't what the actual differences are. Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Whoa. Hit my microphone. My name is Bobby Balo, and I'm the mixing and mastering engineer at Raytown Productions. This channel is dedicated to helping you make better sounding music in your home studio without needing to spend a ton of money on expensive gear or unnecessary plugins. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining me today. Be sure to hit that subscribe button because I drop weekly videos to help you make better sounding music in your home studio. And as always, I have a free gift for you today. In the description, you can grab a copy of my favorite free mixing and mastering plugins. This is a comprehensive guide covering everything from compressors to limiters, clippers, distortion, delays, reverbs, choruses, all sorts of crazy effects, and even some samples. So if you need something to inspire you on your next project, or you just want to grab some free stuff, go check out the description and grab your free download. So in today's session, we'll be listening to a track that I mixed and mastered for an artist called Eden Rose. I have links to this music and all their social media stuff in the description. So if you like what you hear, go and check them out, support them, give them a follow or whatever. Now, for a long time, I thought about ways of showing how the WAV files might change when they're converted to MP3s. And so I think I figured out the best solution, especially for something like a YouTube video where YouTube might go and also convert this video audio file to a lower quality MP3. So what I'm going to do is show you the differences in the codec quality using this program called Pro Codec. This is by a company called Sonics. I'll put a link to this in the description if you want to check it out. It's pretty helpful for previewing what your music sounds like at different codecs. So you can check out what an MP3 sounds like or these AAC file formats at different quality settings and also at different bit rates. So for example, we could go 320 MP3 or something like 128, which is basically like closer to what streaming audio files are. This also allows you to preview a bunch of different codecs and shoot them out back and forth by clicking on this little speaker icon here. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We'll listen to what it sounds like in the digital audio workstation that I have, so in full quality, and then we'll listen to what it sounds like as it's being converted to MP3s and AAC file formats. And then I'm also going to show you what the differences are between the lossless WAV file and all of these different quality settings in codecs. We can do that using this cool little feature right here called this difference mode, and that's going to play it for you. So even if YouTube wants to convert this audio file, we're still going to be able to hear what the differences are. So screw you, YouTube. You can't win this one. I better be careful because YouTube's got a lot of power. All right, so check out the quality of this track in all its glory with full fidelity. Here we go. Let's go to the chorus where it's really big. That's how you write a song. Let's bring in Pro Codec. We're going to listen to the difference. So that is the degradation in the audio quality when we converted it to 320. So you might think it's just going to sound like we lose a lot of high end or something. It's not the case. Check this out. It sounds like noise, right? Like pink noise almost. That is what is happening to our audio when we go to MP3. It's adding some of this noise to the signal. It's not like it's rolling off of the high end. It's not like all of a sudden the transients are like not as amazing. It's literally adding this sound to it. And it also is pulsing to like the rhythm of the drum. So if you have a snare hit or kick drum or some loud transient, it's adding a little bit more of this noise there. So in a sense, it's kind of masking the transients a little bit, but it's a lot less than what people think the quality differences are. So let's go down. I'm going to switch over from 920 now to 192 kilobits bit rate MP3. Here we go. A little bit louder. Most of that noise, again, it's like the drums and cymbals, and we're starting to get just a touch of vocal. We can kind of hear that there's some changes happening to the vocal here. Let me go back to the 320. A lot quieter, right? So it's adding more noise. It's kind of clouding the image a little bit. Let's go down to 128, which is what most streaming formats are. Here we go. Significantly louder, right? Let's go up to 192. And now 320. So like all those little weird like sea monkey sounds, right? That are happening in this 128 kilobits per second bitrate MP3, that is what is being encoded into our audio files. And it's most obvious on the transient information. So knowing that, let's now take it off of the difference mode and listen to the audio as it's being transcoded to these lossy formats and see if we can pick up on a loss of the image and a smearing of those transients. It's actually a lot harder to hear in context when you have an actual song being played. So starting off, it will be the uncompressed WAV file, and then when I push this in, it's going to be 320 kilobits bitrate MP3, and then I'll switch between the different MP3 settings as we go. Here we go. It's not as obvious as a lot of people make it out to be, right? The 128 kilobits sample rate for the MP3s still sound pretty good, but if you listen carefully, you'll start hearing those little weird sea monkey sounds, but it's subtle. You really have to A/B it to really hear it. And I bet if you were in a car, you probably wouldn't even be able to tell the difference between any of these. So that was pretty eye-opening. Let's check out what the differences are between the AAC codecs, so the ones that Apple has designed for their streaming platforms and stuff like that. We're going to convert it to the AAC codec. We'll start with the high-quality codec at 320, and then check out their really compressed version, the streamable format, which is at 128 kilobits per second. So let's check out what the differences are, starting with the 320 kilobit per second AAC codec. Okay, it's pretty quiet, right? Let's check out what it sounded like with the MP3 at the same bit rate. A little bit louder. And also, the transients were a little bit louder too, which means that we're going to have more of a reduction on the transient information for the MP3 than the AAC codec. So in my opinion, based on just this preliminary test I'm doing, I would say that the AAC codec is probably a better codec for higher quality audio. I don't have the statistical analysis or all the crazy testing and validation to prove that, but by my ears and the difference spectra that we're calculating here, it sounds better to me. Let's try the 128 and compare that with the MP3. Wow, that's noisy again. Let's listen to the MP3. In context of the song, switch between the 320 kilobits AAC codec and just 128 and see if we can pick up a difference. Here we go. Let's see if we can pick out a difference between the lowest quality or the most compressed AAC file and the MP3. And then we're going to just wrap this thing up. I'm just curious. I want to find out. All right, so again, in context, it's kind of hard to differentiate all those, right? But I just want to show you what to listen for so you know if something sounds off when you export it to give it out to the world. So what did you think of this little experiment here? Did you hear a difference? Do you think it matters, the different quality settings of those MP3 or the AAC codecs? Is there a noticeable difference between the two that you heard? Let me know in the comments. It's these kinds of conversations that always tend to uncover some really cool concepts in audio. I want to remind you that if you haven't already downloaded my favorite free mixing mastering plugins guide, you should definitely go and check that out. Again, there's a link in the description. If you thought this video was helpful, be sure to hit that thumbs up. That tells YouTube that this is actually not a bunch of crap and that they probably should show it to more people. And something else you can do that would also help support me in this channel is to share this video or another one of my videos on social media like Facebook or Reddit. That helps to get the word out, get people excited about making music, and maybe give them some really good advice and information so that they can also make great sounding music. With that, I want to thank you so much for your time and attention as always, and I hope to see you in another video.